Live from the Beam Media Studios in Dallas, Texas, this is The For Drew Show, the show where I, Jack Everett, tell Drew about my life, so he'll know what's going on in the world. Well, Drew, today I have a very special show for you, and this show is live, and it is December 31st, 2020, and we are moments away, just a few minutes away from the new year. And why am I doing this special episode today? Well, as you know, 2020 has been the worst year in the history of the world. And so I want to celebrate making it to 2021 by sharing this moment live. And just to go over just how bad this year has been, I have this book of research which contains the history of the whole world. And I'm going to go backwards in time to talk about all the horrible years that mankind has experienced. And you will see that none of them even compare to how bad 2020 was. So let us first go back to the year 1982. And what was so horrible about 1982 that I even consider it a contender for 2020 as being the worst year? Well, Drew, 1982 was the year before Nintendo was invented. Can you even imagine how horrible life would be without Nintendo? I don't even know what people were doing before Nintendo got invented. Nothing, probably. So let us go back a few more years to the year 1957. And what was so bad about the year 1957? Well, Drew, 1958 is when the first video game was invented. So in 1957, they did not even have any video game, let alone Nintendo video games. Now let us go back to the next horrible year, 1926. 1926 was the year before TV was invented. What a horrible, horrible time to be alive. Not even TV to watch? What were people even doing in 1926? Reading books or something? I don't know, but it was a horrible year to be alive. But still, my point stands. It was not even as bad as 2020. Now let us go back even further. Let us go back not 100 years, not 200 years, not even 300 years are we going to go back in time of the history of the world. But we are going to go back 400 million years, all the way to the beginning of mankind. 400 million years ago, mankind was just an amoeba. And even if TV and video games had existed, they wouldn't be able to watch or play them because they were a single-celled organism. Can you imagine, can you even imagine how horrible life was as a single-celled organism that could not watch TV or play video games? It was a horrible time for mankind. But not even that compares to how horrible 2020 has been. To show you how excited I am for 2021, I have something very, very special. But in order to show you what it is, I need to take off my jacket. So cue the stripper music. Well, Drew, as you can see, I have designed and made this I Survived 2020 t-shirt. And this t-shirt features all of the horrible things that happened in 2020 that made 2020 the worst year in the history of the world. So what does this t-shirt feature? Well, first of all, I'm going to start from the least worst things to the most worst things. And so as you can see here, there are 2 cars involved in a car wreck. And that was the car wreck that I was involved in. And why did that make 2020 so bad? Well, Drew, I was in the hospital for 2 months and I could not play any video games during that time. And there is nothing worse that I could think of. Except I was able to watch TV. And that's why it wasn't the worst thing ever. And Drew, next up, you may notice that there are 2 broken hearts here. And that is because not just 1, but 2 women broke my heart in 2020. And I survived that. And that's why I put it on this t-shirt. Now, even worse than that, you might see this cute cat here. And you might be saying to yourself, why is such a cute cat a thing that you had to survive for 2020? Well, look closely, Drew, because I think that you can see in this evil look in his eyes that this cat wanted to kill me in 2020. And he made many attempts to do so. But I survived them all. And that's why I put it on this t-shirt. And Drew, next up, we have this graph. And this is a stock market graph. As you can see, it started out with a little dip at the beginning of the year, but then it rose steadily to the highest point it's ever been. And you might be saying, well, why would the stock market rising be something worthy of putting on an I Survived 2020 t-shirt? Well, thanks for asking, Drew, because I'll explain it. It is actually because many people got rich from that. And as you may have heard, money is the root of all evil. So there is actually more evil in the world now because of that. And that's why I put it on this shirt. And now, Drew, look here. Here at the bottom, we have an NVIDIA RTX 3000 series of video card. And these video cards came out this year. And with all the money that I got from the stock market rising, I thought I might buy a new video card to upgrade my computer. But Drew, as you may or may not have heard, they were all sold out. So I couldn't even spend all the money that I got from the stock market on getting a new video card. And that was the hardest thing of all to survive, because I could only play video games in 2K instead of 4K graphics. And so, as you can see, this t-shirt represents all the horrible things that happened to the world in 2020. And I survived them. And also anyone else alive in 2021 has survived them. And so that is why I have a very special offer. And this offer isn't just for you, Drew. It's for anyone that happens to see this video. But if you would like your very own I Survived 2020 t-shirt, please send $200 plus $14.95 shipping and handling by PayPal to jack@jackeverett.com. Specify the size that you would like and allow up to 2 years for delivery. Once again, if you would like your own I Survived 2020 t-shirt, please send $200 plus $14.95 shipping and handling by PayPal to jack@jackeverett.com. Please specify the size you would like and allow up to 2 years for delivery. Thank you. Well, Drew, in conclusion, we're only a few minutes away from 2021, and I am just so happy to say that I survived 2020. This has been the For Drew Show. I'm Jack Everett. Thanks for watching.